The vast blackness of space stretched endlessly beyond the orbit of Earth, but on this quiet night, a small ripple disturbed the usual calm. Far above the blue planet, a sleek, silent ship emerged from a ripple in space that humanity had not yet learned to detect. The Zorvani scout vessel, a gleaming silver craft shaped like a sharp blade, hovered just beyond the moon's shadow, its sensors locked onto the Earth below. For centuries, the Zorvani Empire had ruled much of the galaxy, and their eyes rarely turned toward this distant blue planet, seeing it as insignificant and primitive. But today was different. A strange signal had been detected, a warp signature unlike any other, coming from a system they had always overlooked. Curiosity had pushed the Empire to act, sending the scout ship to observe this anomaly firsthand. Inside the ship, Commander Tharvik gazed at the swirling clouds and vast oceans of Earth, noting the small flashes of light that marked cities and human activity. "Prepare for contact," he ordered calmly, though inside he felt a rare flicker of doubt. On Earth, the atmosphere was tense. News of the unknown vessel spread quickly, stirring governments and scientists into action. Ambassador Eleanor Marcus stood in the United Nations Command Center, her face steady, but her mind racing. She had trained for moments like this, yet nothing could fully prepare her for the weight of the first official contact with an alien species. The Zorvani broadcast a message that echoed in the hall, their voice cold and formal. "Humans of Earth, we are the Zorvani Empire. Cease any hostile actions. We seek observation and compliance." Elena took a deep breath and replied with calm dignity, "We welcome you to Earth. Let us meet and discuss our futures together." The Zorvani ship moved closer, projecting a massive holographic image of their empire's emblem, a sharp starburst that symbolized power and control. The humans watched in awe and fear. The commander sent a warning, "Your planet is of little interest, but beware. Our technology surpasses yours greatly. Any resistance will be met with overwhelming force." Elena smiled gently, a smile that did not reach arrogance, but held quiet confidence. "We do not seek conflict," she said, "but we will not be intimidated. Perhaps instead of threats, you would like to see our defenses." The Zorvani scoffed, unable to understand how such a fragile species could show confidence. Yet the humans sent a signal, and soon the sky above Earth lit up as a fleet of warships rose silently from hidden facilities. The ships were unlike anything the Empire had seen, sleek, shimmering, and seemingly alive yet empty of visible crews. The Zorvani sensors struggled to read their energy signatures. Ambassador Marcus explained, "These ships are designed to protect our home, guided by intelligence beyond mere machinery. We have learned from watching others in the galaxy. We have adapted." The commander's lips tightened. The human's calm defiance unsettled him. He sent a probe to scan one of the warships, but as the probe approached, the ship seemed to respond with unexpected precision. Instead of destroying the probe, it carefully took it apart, transforming it into a floating sculpture that spelled out a message in a language known across many worlds. "We see you too." A hush fell over. Both sides, the Zorvani crew stared, realizing that Earth was not the easy target they had assumed. The humans smiled again, not with hostility but with a quiet promise that they were ready and that this was only the beginning. Above the quiet blue planet, something was stirring that the vast galaxy had never truly expected. From the hidden bays beneath Earth's surface, a fleet began to assemble. Not just any fleet, but a ghostly armada, rising from the shadows, silent and mysterious. These were Earth's warships, but not as the Zorvani Empire or anyone else had ever imagined. Unlike the massive star cruisers or heavily armed battle stations known across the stars, these ships seemed almost alive, shimmering with strange lights and gliding through space without a sound. The Giovanni, watching from their scout ship, grew more uneasy with every passing moment. Their sensors could not detect the usual hum of engines or weapon systems, no familiar plasma trails or ion bursts. Instead, the ships pulsed with energy patterns that looked like ripples in a pond, soft waves of a technology the Giovanni could not name or fully understand. "Commander," a young officer whispered, "their ships are empty. No crews, no pilots." Tharvek frowned, his trained mind racing to interpret this anomaly. How could ships so large move and respond without visible crews? And why did they seem to anticipate every scan, every probe, as if they were alive and watching back? Meanwhile, on Earth, Ambassador Elena Marcus stood in the control room beneath the moon's surface, where the warships waited in silence. She observed the display, her eyes sharp and thoughtful. "They expect to see warriors," she told her. "Team quietly, but what they will see is something far different." Earth's engineers and scientists had worked tirelessly, creating vessels guided by advanced artificial intelligence that could think and adapt faster than any organic being. These ships were designed not for aggression, but for defense, to protect Earth by surprising any who would threaten peace. The Giovanni commander sent out a signal demanding to know the ship's capabilities, but received only a cryptic reply. "We have learned from watching others, then made our own way." The silence from Earth's fleet was broken only by a soft pulse of light that traveled from one ship to another, forming a network, a ghost fleet linked by invisible threads of data and will. To the Giovanni, it felt like watching shadows move, with a purpose they could not grasp. Tension rose inside the scout ship as they deployed a probe to scan one of the vessels more closely. The probe moved carefully, sensors glowing, but as it neared the Earth ship, the impossible happened. Instead of being destroyed, the probe was taken apart with surgical precision. Its components were rearranged in space, forming an intricate sculpture floating before the Giovanni eyes, a symbol of peace, curiosity, and warning all at once. The message it spelled out was simple but profound. "We see you too." For a moment the silence was deafening. The Giovanni, proud and certain of their strength, were forced to confront a species they had underestimated. Humans did not respond with anger or fear, but with quiet confidence and a hint of amusement, as if they held secrets that even the vast empire could not guess. Elena smiled, her voice calm over the comm channels. "This is just the beginning. Our fleet is not like any you have faced. We have taken the best from others and made it our own." The scout ship's crew exchanged uneasy glances. The ghost fleet rising before them was not just a display of power, it was a challenge wrapped in mystery. What else did Earth hide beneath its surface? What made these ships move as if alive? The questions echoed through the ship's corridors. Back on Earth, the fleet shimmered against the black backdrop of space, its ghostly ships waiting patiently. There was no rush, no panic, only readiness. The humans knew that their true strength was not just technology, but something deeper, their will to survive and their ability to surprise those who believed they were weak. As the fleet held its silent vigil, a new feeling settled over the stars, a quiet tension, a moment before the storm, where two great civilizations measured each other not with weapons, but with knowledge, with the promise of something beyond mere conflict. The Empire's scout ship hesitated, caught in the web of humanity's unseen strength, while Earth's ghost fleet waited, ready to show that sometimes the greatest power lies not in what is seen, but in what is quietly rising from the shadows. The unexpected silence that followed the probe's transformation into a delicate sculpture lingered long after the Giovanni scout ship had retreated to relay what it had seen, leaving the Empire's vast command halls buzzing with unease and confusion. The message spelled out by the probe's pieces was more than just a symbol. It was a statement that Earth was watching, that humans understood far more than anyone had imagined. The Empire's top analysts and linguists pored over the sculptures, details discovering that hidden within its intricate design were tiny symbols from more than 200 alien languages, some of which had been extinct for centuries, even millennia. The shock was profound. How had humans gained access to such a broad cosmic history? No known records had ever suggested Earth had the means or the knowledge to decipher, let alone master, so many languages across the galaxy. Yet the sculpture made it clear, Earth was not a blank slate or a backwater, as the Empire had once thought. It was a living archive, a crossroads of knowledge that reached far beyond its own star system. At the same time, the political leaders of the Zorvani Empire grew restless. Whispers in the corridors spoke of fear, not the fear of a direct attack, but a creeping worry about what Earth might be hiding beneath its calm exterior. The humans' smiles during diplomatic talks only added to this unease. Ambassador Elena Marcus, always composed, had a smile that was easy to misunderstand. It was not one of arrogance or threat, but of quiet confidence, as if she knew a secret the Empire did not. In the sprawling cities of Earth, where holographic towers touched the skies and streets hummed with clean energy, the visitors from the Empire were shown wonders beyond their expectation. They witnessed machines that debated philosophy alongside humans, children who played with engines that bent the laws of physics, and the peaceful coexistence of diverse cultures blending technology and nature seamlessly. One of the Zorvani officers asked Elena during a tour, "How long have you had such technology? How long have you been hiding it?" She answered simply, "We have always had imagination. The rest came with time." Her smile did not fade, but it deepened, as if hinting at centuries of unseen growth and learning. Meanwhile, within the walls of the Empire's high command, the tension grew unbearable. Data from the scout ship was analyzed again and again, but none could explain the peculiar energy signatures from Earth's warships, nor the sophistication hidden beneath the planet's surface. The Empire's proud warriors had always relied on brute strength and overwhelming firepower, but here was a species that had mastered something different, something the Zorvani could neither fight nor ignore. The moment arrived when an Imperial ship sent a secret message back to the homeworld. The words were clear and simple, yet filled with dread. "We may be outmatched. They are smiling because they are not afraid. They are ready." It was a warning and an admission all at once. The Empire, long accustomed to commanding respect and fear, faced a challenge that could not be measured in weapons alone. Elena's smile, calm and unwavering, became a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity. In the quiet moments between tense meetings and diplomatic exchanges, she often looked out at the stars and wondered what the future held, not just for Earth, but for all who called the galaxy home. The Empire had finally seen Earth's warships, but it was the smile that followed which truly unsettled them. It was the smile of a species that understood the vastness of the universe and was prepared to face it, not with violence, but with a strength born of knowledge, unity, and hope. The shadow of doubt grew within the Empire's ranks, and the question remained, how far had humanity really come, and what would they do when the true test arrived? Deep beneath Earth's surface, far below the bustling cities and peaceful forests, lay secrets that even the most curious eyes of the Zorvani Empire could not have guessed. The Empire, unsettled by the mystery of the Ghost Fleet and the humans' calm confidence, decided to send a stealth team, experts in covert operations and reconnaissance, to explore what lay hidden beneath the planet's crust. These operatives slipped silently through the void, cloaked by technology designed to evade even the sharpest sensors. Their mission was simple: find out what powered Earth's strange defenses, and uncover any hidden threats. When they arrived, they found not weapons factories or military bunkers, but something far more unexpected. A series of vast underground research hubs, buried kilometers deep and protected by layers of advanced shielding and intricate security systems. The team cautiously entered one of these facilities, their scanners revealing rooms filled with equipment unlike anything recorded in the Empire's vast libraries. The air was cool and still, and the hum of dormant machines echoed softly. In the halls, in the center of one massive chamber, stood a strange artifact, enclosed in a transparent casing that glowed with a soft blue light. A plaque nearby read simply, "First Contact, Year 2031. The operatives exchanged surprised glances. This was a clear reference to an event long thought secret or forgotten. Inside the casing was a perfectly preserved alien being, not Zorvani, but something else entirely. Its features were delicate and unfamiliar, its skin shimmering with a faint iridescence. The discovery stunned the team. Humanity had encountered other species before, yet chose to keep this knowledge hidden. The deeper the operatives explored, the more they found evidence of Earth's quiet progress, a network of researchers, engineers, and scientists who worked in secret to develop technologies that could change the galaxy. Back in orbit, the ghost fleet above Earth began to shift and transform. Ships that had once drifted silently now moved together, combining their shapes and energies to form a massive structure that shimmered like a jewel in space. It was a station unlike any the Empire had seen, bending the very fabric of space without. Relying on known warp technology, from inside the station, Earth's finest minds broadcasted an invitation to the Zorvani emissaries. "Come and witness how we bend gravity with music." The Empire's stealth team returned with their astonishing findings, but before the news could spread, a young Earth scientist appeared in the docking bay, her lab coat dusted with stardust from a recent experiment. She approached the stunned Zorvani envoy with a gentle smile and tapped his arm lightly. "Wanna see?" she asked, her eyes shining with curiosity and pride. The demonstration that followed was unlike anything the Empire had ever experienced. Using harmonic resonance, Earth scientists played melodies that twisted space itself, creating pockets where gravity behaved in unexpected ways. The Zorvani's own physics experts struggled to explain the phenomenon, overwhelmed by the data. Pouring in, the silent message was clear. Earth was no longer the primitive world the Empire had dismissed. Beneath the surface, beneath the silence, humanity had been building a future that would shake the stars. The Empire's operatives returned, carrying with them a new understanding and a new fear. The smile they had seen in Ambassador Eleanor's eyes was no longer just confidence. It was the smile of those who had already won, even before the battle began. The day had finally come, when the Zorvani Empire would witness what Earth truly possessed, not just a fleet of ghostly warships or hidden underground laboratories, but a force of nature born from centuries of quiet innovation and determination. As the Emperor's hologram flickered to life in the grand chamber of the Imperial Council, his voice was firm but edged with concern. "Ambassador Marcus," he said, "you speak of peace and curiosity, but your actions have raised questions. Show us your strength. Prove that Earth is worthy of respect." Elena's calm smile never faltered. "You wanted to see our warships," she replied gently, "but what we offer is something beyond weapons. We offer understanding." With that, Earth scientists and engineers prepared to unveil their most astonishing creation yet, a demonstration that would challenge everything the Empire believed about physics and power. In the vast open space just beyond Earth's orbit, the Ghost Fleet shifted and hummed, their hulls glowing softly. The ships began to emit a series of harmonic tones, melodies woven carefully to interact with the fundamental forces of the universe. Slowly, the fleet formed a massive lattice, a shimmering web of light and energy that bent space around it, creating localized gravity wells that defied known laws. The Zorvani scientists watched, their minds struggling to keep pace with the data flooding their instruments. The phenomenon was both beautiful and terrifying. Gravity that danced to music, space folding like fabric under the gentle touch of sound waves. The Emperor's face tightened as he absorbed the demonstration. "This is sorcery," he whispered to his advisors, but the room was filled with silence, broken only by the steady rhythm of the Earth Fleet's symphony. Elena stepped forward and spoke clearly. "This power comes not from violence, but from curiosity and cooperation. We do not seek to conquer, but to explore together." The tension in the chamber was palpable. The Empire's pride clashed with a dawning respect, a reluctant acknowledgement that Earth had surpassed expectations. Yet the Emperor's warning was sharp. "Do not mistake our caution for fear. Arrogance will be met with force." Eleanor's smile deepened, undeterred. "We are not arrogant," she said softly, "only prepared." As the words hung in the air, something remarkable happened. From hidden points across the solar system, cloaked ships began to reveal themselves, slowly decloaking and joining. The formation. These were Earth's true warships, masterpieces etched with poems, paintings, and symbols of hope. Each vessel was a work of art, alive with intelligence and ready to defend. The Empire's advisors gasped, realizing that the demonstration was just the beginning. Earth had been silent, patient, and wise, waiting for the moment to show the galaxy that strength came not from domination, but from knowledge, creativity, and unity. The day the Empire blinked was not marked by battle or destruction, but by a quiet revolution, a moment when the stars themselves seemed to hold their breath, witnessing the rise of a new power, born from a simple human smile and the endless reach of curiosity. The galaxy held its breath as the moment came when humanity stepped beyond its cradle and into the vastness of the stars, not with weapons drawn or threats issued, but with a quiet and confident resolve that surprised even the oldest powers among the stars. Earth's ghost fleet, now fully revealed, moved as one shimmering entity, weaving patterns of light and energy that bent the very fabric of space-time around them. From the decks of these silent ships, no loud declarations echoed, only the soft hum of advanced minds working in perfect harmony, a symphony of intelligence and hope. The Zorvani Empire, once so certain of its place as the galaxy's unchallenged rulers, watched in stunned silence as Earth's ambassador, Elena Marcus, addressed the assembled fleets. Her voice was calm and steady, carrying the weight of centuries of human perseverance. "We do not come to conquer, nor to claim dominion over others. We come to join the cosmic community, to learn, to share, and to protect." The Empire's commanders exchanged uneasy glances, realizing that the old ways, rules of conquest and fear, no longer held the same power when faced with a species that had mastered unity and innovation in ways they could barely understand. The Ghost Fleet began to expand, its ships slipping through space with unmatched agility and grace, opening pathways through previously unknown dimensions. Earth's scientists had unlocked secrets that defied traditional physics, using sound and light to travel distances that had once seemed impossible. Meanwhile, beneath the surface of the ships, the artificial intelligences guiding these vessels communicated in patterns that felt almost alive, their decisions shaped by lessons learned from humanity's history, both the dark and the bright. As the fleets moved closer to the Empire's heart, there was no fear in the eyes of the humans, only determination. This was the dawn of a new era, where strength was measured not by firepower, but by wisdom, cooperation, and the willingness to face the unknown together. The Empire's leaders finally understood that Earth's smile, the quiet confidence that had unsettled them from the first contact, was not a challenge to their power, but an invitation to change, to grow beyond fear and dominance. In the deep reaches of space, a new alliance began to form, built not on treaties forged in blood, but on shared respect and curiosity. Humanity had ascended, not by destroying others, but by rising above old fears and embracing the infinite possibilities of the universe. As the ghost fleet sailed into the starlit void, their lights casting patterns of hope across the darkness, the galaxy felt a shift, a new balance where Earth was no longer a forgotten world, but a beacon of what it meant to be truly human, resilient, curious, and ready to face the stars with open hands and a smile that held the promise of peace.